when you start this new world, this world of human and half, remember that. Make the foundation of this society a man who never would. A man who never would. A man who never would.
Alrighty, so the last time I talked about the doctor, the black gay doctor, there was something I mentioned about that video that really startled YouTube in a way, because there was one thing I did say, that there was a conspiracy in and around Hollywood that Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams had mentioned, that there is a concerted effort to feminize black men. Also, Candace Owens said this sometime 4 years ago, that they were trying to feminize or promote the feminization of men in general, that we started seeing many of these stars wear dresses and so on and so forth. However, there is a concerted effort to actually promote this within black people and promote the alphabet community amongst black people. Matter of fact, they want them to go hand in hand, and not just in Hollywood, but in education, from legacy media, from the government. They have policies and so on and so forth. They're pushing this thing really, really hard. Now, some people came out to say that maybe this is just conspiracy, maybe not, maybe, you know, I'm just going, overboard or whatever. However, right here and now, we are seeing this from Time Magazine. Next generation leaders, Ncuti Gatwa, the new face of Doctor Who. And what is he wearing? He's wearing a dress, right? He is trying to promote, or he's wearing a skirt. And don't nobody come out here and tell me that, oh, that's a kilt. He happens to be Scottish. No, that's not a kilt. That is a skirt. That's something that he has said he was excited about wearing. This is something that he has said. And many other covers that you see him on, whether it be from Variety or Deadline or whatever cover of whatever magazine or outlet that you see him on, these are the things that he's putting on. He's putting on a skirt, right? He's putting on a skirt. This is what he wants to promote. This is what he wants to promote. Now, that's fine. If that's his choice, if that's how he wants to portray himself, that's perfectly fine if you want to do that. But if you are playing the doctor, there is a foundational character that you need to embody. And Ncuti Gatwa embodies zero of that character. Absolutely zero. There's nothing about him that exudes, oh, this is the doctor. At least when it comes to Jodie Whittaker, the first female doctor, who we will lovingly call Dr. Karen, she tried her best to portray herself as a female version of maybe Debbie Tennant or something. Her scripts were just horribly written. However, Ncuti Gatwa is simply just playing Ncuti Gatwa, a black gay man, and possibly a black gay man who's not so intellectually intelligent at that, because his script and dialogue is that of a 5-year-old, and hence why a lot of people are running away from this show. But not only that, it's the fact that this guy came out to tell people that if you don't like the show, go touch grass. And when people actually left the show, people like myself, after the Christmas specials, I just checked it out to see if there was any good in the show, but nope, there was not. So I checked out. I haven't seen any of the 3 new episodes. I checked out. I'm one of those people, on one of those 2 million people who checked out after that episode. Well, Ncuti Gatwa is now coming out. He actually came out way before the show come out, because he's actually a Time Lord, claiming that the show was going to lose audiences due to racism, like they usually do. So here is the article right here. Doctor Who actor Ncuti Gatwa blames racism for viewers abandoning the show. It's just really sad for them. Now, let's get straight into the article. We're going to get into other articles, but I'd like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel, like the video as well, to help me fight the YouTube algorithm. The last video I made about this actually had a 30% like to view ratio, the biggest like to view ratio I've ever seen on any video on YouTube. You can check it out for yourself. The best YouTubers out there get 7% like to view ratio. My video got 30% like to view ratio. However, YouTube refused to show this video or promote this video out there, possibly because maybe there are some elements of truth to the things that I am saying, and they don't want more people to hear about it, because I don't have the corporate color of the people that should be talking about it that could be disregarded. Because if I was white and I was saying the things that I'm saying, they could easily liken it to me being a racist. But I'm black and I'm saying the things that I'm saying, So it's harder for you to actually attack me from that perspective. You could actually say, I am somebody who doesn't like my own race, but that's not a powerful attack enough, because I can't force myself to not be black, because that's what I was born as, but it doesn't define me. Right? And they don't like black people saying things like that you being black should not be what defines you, because we're different human beings. All black people are not the same. We're not a monolith. We don't think alike. And so one thing should not define us all. In any case, you guys, let's dive into this. Don't forget to like and subscribe and read this, and go from there. In an article published by the NPR on May 10th, the day before the series 14 release its first 2 episodes in Space Babies and the Devil's Cord, Ncuti, or Ncuti Gatwa as he calls himself, blames racism for why people were abandoning the show. He told the outlet, quote, "I don't want to diminish racial aggressions at all, but I'm going to do it," is what he's trying to say. But for me personally, I find it fascinating that it matters so much to these people. Who are these people? Me? People that look like me? Because people that look like me don't like your show either, right? You are going to limit yourself from a show that you claim to love because you don't like something about someone's appearance or their race, end quote. Gatwa added, "It's just really sad for them." No, it's not sad for them, because they're happily outside touching grass because you ask them to go and touch grass if they don't like your show. So why are you still concerned about what they are outside doing when your show is not getting the viewership? Because they are following the exact instructions that you gave them, because you thought you were Eddie Murphy from The Holy Man telling people to go and touch grass, right? Now it's biting you back in the face, and then you're coming after the fans and telling them that they are racist. This is something that we've seen all too well, and we've seen it many times. Ava DuVernay did this. I did a video about Ava DuVernay predicting that her show would not get seen because of racism. Also, Viola Davis did this and said that her movie was not going to get seen because of racism, and people didn't see her movie. And at the end of the day, do you know who hated that movie the most? The women king or woman king? Black people hated that movie the most, because they knew the movie was based upon a lie, an absolute lie, trying to hide the fact that black people were involved in slave trade, that black people were selling other black people into slave trade. They don't want black people to see all that. They want to always portray us like as if we are faultless in those activities, but we are not. And that's the reality of it. And I'm not selling out my race because I'm saying the truth. I'm trying to make us stronger. I'm trying to make us reason and stop being weak and stop thinking that everything is the fault of racism. It's not like racism is a good thing. I'm not defending it. I'm just trying to tell you that it is powerless against people who actually see through all the facade that they are trying to push at us to limit us, to weaken us. Because the best thing you can do to anybody in today's world is to control their mind. Once you take over their mind and how they reason, you take a hold of them. You can't hold them physically anymore, especially not in the West. Maybe other parts of the world, maybe East, maybe Africa, but not in the West. You can't hold people down in the West. It's not an issue. It's not a major issue. No, we have other issues that are bigger than that we need to resolve in our own communities. But in any case, these words are very familiar, and they're very similar to the same words of Jinx Monsoon, the villain of the first episode, who also came out to say this. Doctor Who villain star hits back at viewers who think the show has gotten too inclusive, right? And this is what he had to say. He said, "Why don't you let your favorite show teach you something new?" Now, it goes on to say something in the lines of the same thing that what his name, Ncuti Gatwa said. He said, when straight fans complain, this time he's heard, this person is attacking straight fans. This individual is attacking straight fans, right? The other individual is attacking black fans and white fans. This one's attacking straight fans and saying straight fans complain about any kind of progressive step that Doctor Who takes. I just think how ridiculous they seem, because they love this show that's run by a queer writer who is a prolific voice for our generation. Right? They are all so concerned about this whole generation thing. The fact that they could complain about it, it's obviously not your favorite show. if something as small as a genderqueer character can shake your foundation of it, it's a straw man's argument. That's not the reason why people don't like this show. People don't like this show because that's the only thing you're throwing in their face. There are queer people that don't like this show. There are members of the alphabet community that do not like this show because it's just terrible writing. It's bad dialogue. Let me show you an example of a dialogue from the black man that is supposed to be the representation of black excellence, who's pissed that people celebrate white mediocrity, actually taking a dig at all the white male doctors that people have been celebrating. And I'm surprised that nobody caught on to that, that what he's been saying is that people were celebrating mediocrity, that those other doctors are mediocre, but him, yeah, he's top-notch, cash blanc, special, right? Doctor, he's the best. He's the excellence that people should be celebrating. Why? Because it's black and gay. Listen to this dialogue right here and tell me what you feel.
You, an expert in time-traveling goblins.
They are not time travelers. Excuse me. Time travelers are great. Like the best. Like, wow.
Some intellectual reasoning words coming out of the doctor right there, right? This is the person that I'm supposed to see myself in. Right after that, he goes on to boast about spending a hot summer with Harry Houdini, and that's how he learned how to undo knots, right? That's how he learned how to untie ropes, right? So he had to boast about his sexual prowess because that is his strongest appeal. That is his strongest suit, right? Right? That's the strongest thing he can present to people. And you expect me to like him? This is absolutely absurd. It's insane. Like, absolutely insane. I can't actually believe, no, I can now, that Disney put $100 million into this show to give us this garbage. This absolute garbage. And you want to tell me that they don't have an agenda to push certain things, to use black people as a tool for propaganda? No. Miss me with that nonsense. There is something bigger going on here. And people are starting to see through that. They're starting to see that there's something bigger going on. That's why they're checking out. And thank goodness they're checking out. Because these guys, they're not after us. If you feel like every time you see a show coming out of the BBC or Disney that has been long running for decades, and you feel like your childhood is being destroyed, it is because of the new modern audiences that they are actually targeting. And it's no joke. They're coming at it, not just through movies. They're coming at it through schools. They're coming at it through government, policies. They're coming at it through legacy media. They're coming at it through some independent media out there. They have got something they are doing. We're not the targets. The younger generation, the next generation. You know the people I'm talking about. Even Russell T. Davies talked about those generation and their actual age that they are targeting. Right? And this is why people are checking out, and they're checking out with their families. And if you're smart, you'd probably do the same. But in any case, you guys, these are my thoughts regarding this. I could talk about this for millions of years, which I probably will on another video. But for now, I want to throw the floor to you. Hear what you think about the new doctor and what they've got to say. Is racism the issue? Is bigotry the issue? Have you seen the show? What can you tell us about the show? Get in the comment section and I'm going to get right down there with you and let's have a discussion about it. Thank you very much for giving me your time. I am very, very happy that you checked it out. Please like, share, subscribe, ding that bell for notification if you can. And if you cannot, thank you for checking this out anyways. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, peace, and signs out. Bye-bye.